Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Dinamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatara Dashatamane Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna. So we have completed the 24 gurus that Abhidhuta mentioned, and so this is how we are actually learning that yes, Diksha Guru is one, but Shiksha Gurus can be many. And we can take Shiksha from anyone. And when you learn something from somebody about spiritual advancement, then we remain grateful to him or her as a guru. Like here we are seeing that wherever he learned something, he accepted them as his guru. Like an insect, a snake, a spider, a young girl, a prostitute. Like he learned something from them. Like that learning is actually his own development. And that's the difference. They are not teaching him. Like for example, the spider is not telling him that be like this. On his own he is developing that awareness. He's seeing the spider. What does the spider do? From his own mouth, it brings out the saliva, and that saliva is transformed into nets, the cobweb, spider's web. And he roams around there. And actually, that is his trap for catching insects. I mean, the spider, creates the web as a means for catching insects. The insects get, like the spider's web is spread, and the insects come and get stuck. And then the spider eats them. And then finally, what does the spider do? Spider takes it back. Eats up the web again. So from that, what did he learn? What a wonderful lesson he learned, and that shows, how advanced he is. Through that example, through the spider, he is seeing how the Lord is creating this whole material nature. And then he is withdrawing it within himself. Just through his breathing, just through his glands, he is creating this universe. And then eventually he is going back. Just like a spider creates the spider's web and then takes it back within himself. What did he learn from a weak bird? The bird had some meat, but then the bigger birds came charging towards him. And he saw it doesn't have any chance, like to protect himself and possess that meat. And he saw the danger. Drop the meat. At least he is free now, free from the attack. So what we learned, what did he learn from that? That when people become envious of your possession and there is a danger of being attacked by them, that they may come and steal your property and give it away. then you are free. What did he learn from a prostitute? Out of all people, as a saintly person is learning something from a prostitute. Like he's seeing the prostitute just for the sake of getting some money, for the sake of getting some sense pleasure. She is selling herself off to other people. And he is seeing the condition of the living entities in the material nature. Just for some money and for some sense pleasure, yeah, they're selling themselves off. People are employed. Employed means they have sold themselves off to the boss where they're working. For what? Just to get a little money. And then the expectation, oh, maybe I'll get some money. Maybe I'll get some money. Maybe he'll come and give me money and enjoy me. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made that point also about Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami retired, ran away from home. But his father was very wealthy, so he thought, okay, he has gone to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Let me at least let him have some money and some help. He sent some servants. I think he sent 6 servants. And he was sending so much money every month. And with that money, Raghunath Das Goswami was organizing feasts for them. Then he stopped. Raghunath Das Goswami felt, why should I take my money from my father who is a materialistic person? Why should I take money from him? So he stopped taking money. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Sarat Damodar Goswami, well, what happened? Raghunath is not inviting us to those feasts anymore. Then he said he stopped taking the money from his father. Very good. Very good. Mahaprabhu is happy. But how does he maintain himself? Oh, he stands by the Singhadwar of Jagannath temple, and he when the pujaris go home, they give him some Mahaprasad. They give him some Mahaprasad. So Mahaprabhu is happy. Very good. But then he doesn't see him there. So he said, what happened? I don't see him in the Singhadwar. Then Sarat Damodar said, he stopped begging also food like that. Mahaprabhu said, that's good. And he actually cited a similar kind of example. Yeah, like a prostitute. Oh, probably he'll give me some money, Mahaprasad. Just like here, probably this man will come and give me. Or maybe this pujari will go and give me. Oh, he goes, he didn't give me. Maybe the next one will give. So this expectation of getting something, like it shouldn't be done. So in this way, he's learning so much from different people. Different, creatures, birds, snake, python. And this is how we are actually learning. How to learn from the things that are around us. Living entities that are around us. And so now he is going to the 25th Guru. Who is the 25th Guru? His own body. His own body is his Guru. So he is telling Avadhuta is telling King Jadu, O King, from all these spiritual masters, I have acquired great wisdom. Now please listen as I explain what I learned from my own body. The material body is also my spiritual master because it teaches me detachment. Being subject to creation and destruction, it always comes to painful end. Thus, although using my body to acquire knowledge, I always remember that it will ultimately be consumed by others, and remaining detached, I move about this world. Yes, although I am using this body to acquire knowledge, but eventually this body will become consumed by others. If the body is burnt after death, it will be consumed by fire. If the body is buried, then it will be consumed by the insects. If the body remains, then dogs and other animals will come and eat it. So this is the nature of the body. I am thinking that this body is so valuable, so precious, but that's the ultimate end of this body. It's going to be consumed by something else or somebody else. That's what also was spoken by Dadichi, the sage. Like Indra was told to work to deal with Vritrasura, that he needs to create thunder, vajra and weapon, vajra. And that weapon should be built with the bones of Dadichi Muni. So Indra goes to him and asks, can you please give me your bones, because I have to make a weapon out of them. Dadichi just gave it. He said, after all, this body is going to be consumed by something else, somebody else. So if it can be used for some good cause, yeah, why not? So that is a saintly person, not even attached to his body. Recognizing the nature of the body, ultimately it's going to be consumed by somebody else. So why become attached to it? Use it as long as it is there in acquiring knowledge, as he's saying, or use it in the service of the Lord. But recognize that at the end, this is going to happen. So this is a saintly personality, perfectly situated in knowledge and completely detached. Jnana and Vairagya. Detachment comes from proper knowledge. Without knowledge there cannot be detachment. An ignorant fool cannot be detached. He'll always remain attached, thinking that this body is me and whatever belongs to my body, that is mine. Whatever is in relation to the body is mine. My house, my family, my wife, my children, my money. My. Based on what? Me. This body is me. But a saintly person, he realizes. Idam Krishnaya na mama. Aham mameti is a materialistic understanding. Me and mine. And Krishna conscious understanding is everything for Krishna and nothing is for me. Everything is Krishna's, nothing is mine. Yes, that is the real wisdom. That's the real knowledge. And a saintly person is situated in that knowledge. And only in the human body, human form of life, we get this opportunity to get this realization. So, a man attached to the body accumulates money with great struggle to expand and protect the position of his wife, children, property, domestic animals, servants, homes, relatives, friends, and so on. He does all this for the gratification of his own body. All these so-called responsibilities are for the sake of this body, for the gratification of his own body. As a tree before dying produces the seed of a future tree, the dying body manifests the seed of one's next material body in the form of one's accumulated karma, thus assuring the continuation of material existence. The material body sinks down and dies. So all this, and then here is a beautiful example, analogy. The tree, before it dies, it generates the seed to continue. And similarly, we, due to our karma, are shaping the subtle body, which will be the cause of our next body. The subtle body is the thing that is affected by the karma. The karmic influence is in the mind or subtle body. The subtle body comprises of mind, intelligence and false ego. It's a body. Sometimes some people ask, how do I know that I have a subtle body? And is separate from. I know I have a mind, but another body. And my answer to that is, when you are dreaming, are you there? Admits, yes, I am there. Because I am seeing something is happening to me. I am sitting on a car, driving, or I am flying in an aeroplane, or a tiger is coming and attacking. So I am there. My body is there. That is the subtle body. The gross body is inactive, unconscious, inert at the time of sleep. But during the dream, it's the subtle body that is experiencing that dream. So this is the subtle body. And the subtle body, or we can say, to simplify that point, let's say mind. Whatever we do, it influences the mind. It has its effect on the mind. Like for example, when we do something good, how do we feel in our mind? We feel elated, we feel so great. And when we do something bad, even though nobody saw us doing that, in our mind we feel heavy. So this is how every single action has its impression or imprint on the mind. And that is how the mind actually takes its shape. For example, sometimes we say, this man is like an angel. Why do you say that this man is like an angel? Because his activities are like that of an angel. And accordingly, his subtle body is taking up an appropriate shape, the shape of an angelic body. Sometimes we say that, oh, that man is like an animal. Why? Because his activities are like that of an animal. And the subtle body, because his activities are shaping his subtle body, and his body is taking the shape of an animal's. And then when he dies, the subtle body actually, that has already been shaped, takes the soul to the next destination. The one who has acted like an angel, whose subtle body has taken the shape of an angel, he goes to an angelic womb and gets an angelic body. And the one who acted like an animal, his subtle body has taken the shape of an animal, and he goes to an animal womb to get an animal body. So it's the subtle body that gives us our next body. And our subtle body is shaped the way we act. So that is how scientific these karmic reactions are. Like whatever is presented in the Vedas are absolutely scientific. So that's what he's saying. That while we are alive, we are creating our subtle body, or shaping our subtle body. Subtle body is there, but we are shaping the subtle body. And when we die, the subtle body that already has taken a specific shape will carry the soul to the next destination. A man who has many wives is constantly harassed by them. He is responsible for their maintenance, and thus all the ladies constantly pull him in different directions, each struggling for her self-interest. Similarly, the material senses harass the conditioned soul, pulling him in many different directions at once. On one side, the tongue is pulling him to arrange tasty food, then thirst drags him to get a suitable drink. Simultaneously, the sex organs clamor for satisfaction, and the sense of touch demands soft, sensuous objects. The belly harasses him until it is filled. The ears demand to hear pleasing sounds. The sense of smell hankers for pleasant aromas, and the fickle eyes clamor for pleasing sights. Thus the senses, organs and limbs, all desiring satisfaction, pull the living entity in many directions. Isn't that the condition? As if there are many wives are dragging that person, come to me. The other says, no, you come to me. And they're trying to entice, dressing up nicely. And the other wife gets envious. So the poor guy can go to only one person, but everyone is dragging him in all different directions. So here our 10 senses are like our 10 wives. They're constantly dragging us into 10 different directions. And the result is we are completely baffled, we are completely bewildered, and eventually completely frustrated. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, expanding His own potency, Maya Shakti, created innumerable species of life to house the conditioned soul. Yet by creating the forms of trees, reptiles, animals, birds, snakes, and so on, the Lord was not satisfied within His heart. Then He created human life, which offers the conditioned soul sufficient intelligence to perceive the absolute truth and become pleased, become happy. So, and this is leading to a very important verse. Actually, I find this verse to be very, very appropriate for us. Labdha sudur labhamidam bahu sambhavante Manushyam arthadam anittam apiha dhira Turnam jatetana patet anumrittu jabat nishriyashaya vishaya khalu sarvatasyat. After many, many births and deaths, one achieves the rare human form of life. Labdha sudur labhamidam bahu sambhavante, which although temporary, anittam, temporary, or affords one the opportunity to attain the highest perfection. Arthadam. It is, in one hand, it is anittam, temporary, but it comes with a great opportunity. Arthadam. Attain the highest perfection. Thus a sober man thus a sober human being should quickly endeavor for the ultimate perfection of life, as long as his body, which is always subject to death, has not fallen down and died. After all, sense gratification is available even in the most abominable species of life, whereas Krishna consciousness is possible only for a human being. That is the specialty of the human being. Like all the other things, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, all these possibilities are there in every single life. Whether it's an insect or whether it is a demigod. They have all these possibilities. Maybe with some it is to a lesser degree, and with some it's to a greater degree. But everybody has that possibility. But to achieve spiritual perfection is possible only for the human beings. So that is how important the human life is, human form of life is. So that is why the advice is, don't squander this wonderful opportunity. Don't squander this wonderful opportunity. Take full advantage of it. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. So now I will announce the result for the quiz. Total participants 294, better than yesterday, but lesser than day before yesterday. So anyway, and number of questions 25. The date is 19th April 2020. So I will go from the bottom. This time 3 got third position, getting 74% accuracy. It seems that the questions are becoming tougher and tougher. Okay, so in the third position, Vamsidhari Gopal Das, Charlotte, America. Then second position, then Satyam Gopal Das, Satyam Gopal from Patna. And Keshav Beswal, guess from where? Seeker. Seeker is really leading, huh? Small little place. Yeah. Rajputana ki jai. Now, in second, they all got 74% accuracy. Now, in second place, there are 2 of them. And they got 85% accuracy. 85% accuracy. Radha Shri Mundra, guess from where? Wonderful. Radha Shri Mundra, Seeker. And Mohan Rupa Das, guess from where? Haribol, Ujjain Avanti Dham ki. And on the first place, Ambika Sanjeev Kumar, Patna. Very good, with 89% accuracy. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. So, Hare Krishna. Okay, so the next question is, Tarsika Reddy, daughter of Sarvajaya Dasi, Malaysia. Tarsika, thank you very much for reminding me that who you are. So like mother, like daughter. So Tarshika's question is, I want to ask an important question. What is Krishna's phone number? It's very important at the time of lockdown. When personal meeting is not possible, phone number is very important. Yes, Tarshika, the phone number is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Did you get the response? I heard Krishna is saying, yes, Tarshika, tell me what you want. Why are you calling me? So what will be your answer? Anyway, I know. You know what to ask Krishna. So, what to tell Krishna? Krishna, I want to serve you. Krishna, I want to love you. Right? And Krishna will say, oh, I was waiting for your phone call. I am so happy to hear. Like I've been waiting since time immemorial. And I'm so happy that you have come forward to express your love for me. So, Tarshika's question continues. My Amma said Krishna is watching all my activities, and if you are serious enough with him, I can communicate with him. Also, she did mention once Guru Maharaj told Krishna's contact number. When I asked her, she refused to tell me. Could you please tell me which number is that? Yes, now I know why your mother refused. It's not fair. She should have told you. She shouldn't keep it as a secret. She should think that Krishna is only her property. Thank you. Anyway, so I'll chastise your mother, don't worry. So, from China, Bhakti Nilay Das. His Grace Karnamrita Prabhu has left his body today as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. Recently, there has been much religious tension in India and is spreading all over the world among the Indian diaspora. Okay, so and then as servants of Srila Prabhupada, what should our stance be? Should we be supportive of organizations such as the Vishwa Hindu Parishad and RSS and support religious legislation that favors Hinduism? Okay, so yes, first point that I also received the news of our god brother, His Grace Karnamrita Prabhu left his body. I actually got the report from his son-in-law. He mentioned that he was in the hospital with pneumonia, and then he developed this COVID-19, and that's how he actually left his body. Yes, recently there has been much religious tension in India and is spreading all over the world among the Indian diaspora. So, you are asking what should be our stance as the devotees. And our business is to stay away from all these. All these happenings are karmic reactions, and let the government and other organizations that are in power to deal with that. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't want to use violence. Like, these people are ignorant, that's why they behave in such a way. And if not immediately, they are going to get their reactions of their actions. They don't know that Jamadutas are just waiting. Krishna takes some time. Like Krishna deals with eternity. Therefore, Krishna takes some time to take action. But you can rest assured that Krishna will take action. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also faced situations like that. He also became angry. When Nityananda Prabhu was attacked by Jagai and Madhai, Mahaprabhu called his Sudarshan Chakra. When these Muslims were beating up Haridas Thakur, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was prepared to wipe out all the Muslims with his Sudarshan Chakra. He said that he was ready to wipe out all of them. But because Haridas Thakur was wishing them well, that's why his Sudarshan Chakra couldn't do anything. So that is the Vaishnava's attitude, okay? If you want to do this, and we cry with seeing the suffering condition of those sadhus who have been dealt with in such a brutal way. But what to do? Like, if we resort to violence, then our whole of our entire mission will be lost. Our mission is to spread Krishna consciousness, and I hope that someday these people will come to their senses and accept Krishna consciousness. I think Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has some plan. Otherwise, why he would make Haridas Thakur, who was a Muslim, as the Namacharya? Why did he make Haridas Thakur the Namacharya? And I think, like in the Muslim community, Muslim world, there is going to have some massive awakening. And we actually don't have anything against Muslims as such. Like, we have so many Muslims in our community, that shows. As I said, like Haridas Thakur himself is a Muslim, then our Namacharya. I have disciples who are coming from Muslim background. Like, they're Muslims, but now they're devotees. So, we don't have anything against anybody. We want everybody to come. And we just wait, let Krishna take action. Who am I? I am not Jamaraj to judge everybody and punish. Let Jamaraj has a responsibility, let him do that. Similarly, if Indian government wants to take some action, let them do that. Yes, arrest those miscreants and punish them. It's the government's duty. It's not our duty. And we can see how violence actually breeds violence. In Amritsar, there is a golden temple of the Sikhs. And they have 5 or 6 museums, huge halls, full of paintings and artifacts. And that shows how brutally they have been persecuted by the Muslims. So that's the thing, like, you resort to violence, you'll get violence in response. So why subject to that, Anyway, so that's my answer, as you asked. So, Amrita Vilasani from UK. The other day you said that we should not preach to new people about subjects which are for more advanced devotees. What can I do though if they ask us about those topics? And how can we know what's too much for them? Yeah, like, I think that topic came up on a question that, like when the newly married couple come and we tell them that sex life is only for procreation, they lost any hope and left. So the thing is, like in the Western world, not only Western world, in today's world, like man-woman relationship is only for sex life. That's the only thing they know. They get married just in order to have sex. And they don't even get married and have indiscriminate sex life. So if you tell them no sex, then naturally they get upset. So better tell them that, like, our ultimate standard is that. Not that, you have to follow that if you can't. But, like those who are really advanced in Krishna consciousness, they consider that, like the relationship between husband and wife is only for procreation. Don't even go into the sex part of it. Man-woman relationship is only for procreation. Leave it at, like, put things in an intelligent way that they can digest or they can understand and they can accept. So you see, that's why preaching is an art. Preaching is an art. That's why we see sometimes some people attract so many people and some people you know, although they know, 2,500 shlokas from Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, they can't make a single devotee. Preaching is an art. Touch their heart and turn them to Krishna. That is what preaching is meant for. Where are the questions, Krishna? Are there any more questions? Okay. Amrita Vilasini, okay, now Samsundar Krishna Das from Melbourne. What's the time in Melbourne now? Yeah. 11:15. Thank you, Samsundar Krishna. Guru Maharaj, we read and hear so many times to get out of the bodily attachments, gross and subtle, as an instructions. Are there any practical steps to get out of material attachments completely? Yes, there is a way. When you get completely detached, then you'll be completely out of material attachments. That is the secret. As long as we are here, some attachments will be there. You see that our situation is, we are in this body. And our consciousness is flowing through this body. And the surrounding is material nature. This is what we are completely into. And, it's natural that the senses will run towards the objects of the senses for pleasure. That's what is called sense gratification. Senses are hankering for sense gratification. Just as this verse from Avadhuta, from Krishna actually mentioned. That like 10 different wives, our 10 senses are dragging us in 10 different directions. So that's what is happening. Tongue is saying, where is food, where is food? Belly is saying, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. Eyes are saying, oh, such a beautiful object. So let me go there. So this is how we're constantly being harassed by our senses. And attachments develop as a natural course of action. So, and as you asked, what is the way out? Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness. And the Krishna consciousness means dovetailing everything. I am hungry, stomach is saying. Our intelligence is saying, okay, hungry, stomach, just wait for 10 minutes. Offer to Krishna, okay. Now the prasadam is ready for you. Right? We are not saying stomach, no food. No matter how hungry you may be. That is the way the impersonalists do. Because they don't have any understanding about Krishna. They don't have any positive way. The eyes are seeing some beautiful flowers. Oh, such beautiful flowers. Let's offer them to Krishna. So this is how one dovetails it. Dovetails it means fits into Krishna consciousness. All that we are doing, the senses will want, and prapanchika taya buddha harisambandhi vastuna mumukshu bhi parityaga vairagam phalam kattate. Thinking that these are material objects, if one tries to reject them, which could have been used in Krishna's service. That is called false renunciation. Falgu vairagya. But anashaktasya vishayan. So here comes your question. Anashaktasya vishayan. Being detached from all the objects of the senses. Yatharham upajinjati. Whatever is need, whatever can be used in Krishna's service, accepting that. Nirbandha Krishna sambandha, in relation to Krishna only. Yuktam vairagam uchyate. Considered to be renunciation in attachment. So attachment, yes, attached. Remain attached, but for Krishna. So I'll take the last question. Yesterday you told that we should give up slavery of people and just surrender to Krishna. Did it mean that we should resign our present job and join temple with family? Sanjeev Kumar from Patna. Sanjeev, very nice question. And I wish the temples were in a position to invite all the householders and say, come and stay here, we'll take care of you. But unfortunately our temples are not really equipped to invite the householders in that way. So you have two options. One option is start a business. There you are free. And that will also provide job opportunities to others. If you can do that, that will be a good thing to do. But if you can't, then continue with your job, recognizing the fact that whatever money you are earning is actually meant for maintaining Krishna's temple, which is your house. Your house is not your house, it's Krishna's house. Maintaining your family is not your family, it's Krishna's family, the family of Krishna's devotees. So with this attitude, you continue. Since you have a householder, since you have a family, since you are in household life, that is the best way to deal with that situation. Because just don't whimsically give up your job and put those who are dependent upon you into a difficult situation. So as I said, the first option will be, if you can start an independent occupation, do that. It's like, I'll take that analogy, the donkey. The donkey is working so hard to get some handful of grass. Now, if the donkey is smart, then what will that donkey do? He'll eat all the grass that he wants, that he needs, and then he'll cut all the other grass and sell it to the in the market. Right? That is the starting a business. Take whatever you need by means of your endeavor, at the same time, make money. And the secret of business is, buy it at a place where it is very cheap and sell it at a place where there is a lot of demand. Supply and demand. So demand is there, supply, and you make your profit. See what is needed. And like, that's one thing. And I think in ISKCON you must start doing that. Start enterprises, start businesses, so that we can have our own source of income where we can engage our own devotees and maintain ourselves. But if it's not possible, then just continue with your job with the proper Krishna conscious understanding. Thank you all very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So now I have taken a lot of time today. More time in class and question answer means less time for Maharaja's Kirtan. Today I was thinking that I will finish the class early, So that Maharaj, yesterday also, I gave only 10 minutes to Maharaj for Kirtan. Today also is. Take your time and go beyond.